All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin this lesson, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
Hey, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone everywhere. Peace and blessings unto the elect. We're back here again with another GMS gem. I got the beloved brother
Adawan.
and the beloved brother behind the cam, Yashakal, and I'm the brother Yawanathon. You know, we're back here again with another GMS gems. Lord willing, it is edifying.
Yup, so hey man, we're just gonna get straight to it through the spirit. You know, the brother and I, we was chopping it up the other night, fellowshipping, and we was going into how, you know, basically we're all gonna have our own Garden of Gethsemane moment, man. Okay, just like how Yahushua was in the Garden of Gethsemane and he had to go through that his own form of hour of temptation, so to speak, by himself. We might all have that moment where we're gonna have to have our own sort of hour of temptation, where we're gonna have to basically, you know, work out our own salvation in that particular moment, man, and lock in and you know, understand what the times that are at hand. You know, just like how Yahushua had to go through that Garden of Gethsemane moment by himself, man. Because it's good to be around brethren, it's good to link up with the brothers as much as you can, but the times so that you can, you know, have that relationship with him, man. You know, Scripture say, "Cursed be the man that trusted in man." So you can't put your full trust in brothers, man. You know, we have to worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Okay? Now that doesn't mean you don't treat brothers wrong or you disregard Akim, but you have to understand that the Lord is our power. He's the one you serve, man. Okay? Not the brethren. You know, you serve the brethren as far as being brotherly, but you don't serve the brothers as far as worshiping them like they're Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, man.
That's right. What does it say? It says this is not of man's will, but of the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and a brother can't save you, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is the only one that can cause deliverance for you, man. You cannot put, you know, and vice versa. You can't save a brother, man. You know, only Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is the savior, man. There is none else besides him. Now the Lord could use a brother to deliver you from a situation, but that was the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. If the Lord didn't want that brother to save you, he couldn't even do it if he wanted to, man.
Hey, that's right. We're going to begin with the book of Matthew, the 26th chapter, and the 36th verse. Then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, "Sit ye here, while I go pray yonder." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said he unto them, "My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death.
Yep.
Tarry ye here and watch with me."
Right, so Yahushua, this is basically building up the plot of Yahushua. He was in the Garden of Gethsemane with the disciples, right? And he told them to tarry there while he went and go and prayed, right? But he's basically, he understood that he's about to go get put on that cross. Right. So he wanted his boys, so to speak, for lack of better words, to be there with him, to strengthen him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're going through a tough time and you want to have your friends around you, right? That's like what Yahushua was doing, right? But what happened? Keep reading about the show.
Verse 39. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt."
Right, so Yahushua, he was going through a moment where, you know, he not that he was getting weak, but it's just that he was in the flesh, man. You know, and he understood, like, damn, I'm about to die tonight. You know, and he was looking to see if there's another way, but he understood that there was no other way. That's why he said, "Not as I will, but as thou wilt," man. Because Yahushua, he was always about seeking the will of the Most High Yahweh, man. He wasn't about seeking his own will. Okay? And we have to be the same way.
That's right, man.
Keep going on that, Papa.
Verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and said unto Peter, "What? Could he not watch with me 1 hour?"
Right. He found the disciples asleep because the Most High put the spirit of deep sleep on them. Man's goings are the Lord. How can a man that understand his own way? Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai put the spirit on the disciples to have heavy sleep that night, man.
Right.
So that, because Yahushua had to go through that moment by himself, man.
Hey,
you know?
That's beautiful that you're going into it now, because it's just like certain time in this walk, man. Certain time in this walk, a brother ain't going, you ain't always going to be, you're not always going to be able to call a brother. You ain't always going to be able to link up with the brother, man. So that's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai puts you in certain positions to where you by yourself and you going through it the most. But that's all for the uplifted, man.
Yep.
That's all for Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai building you up, man.
Yep.
Because in the time of Jacob's trouble, you might get separated from a brother, man.
Yep.
And there's gonna be times where you may be hungry. There's gonna be times where you got people chasing you. Hey, but that's all for you.
Right.
That's all for your walk, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So you can't get weak in that time, man. You can't get weak in the times to where, hey, you by yourself. What about how it says, I have, matter of fact, we're gonna keep getting the scriptures. Keep going. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
That's right, man. So that's what it's all about. Moving in the spirit, man. You know, and if you understand the ways of the spirit, you understand that you have to call upon Yahweh Shemel Shai for your salvation, man. Okay? Not, you know, you can't put your trust in anything else, man. Okay? Because everything else will fail if the Lord doesn't want it to work out, man. The Lord will put you in certain predicaments and situations so that you could trust and lean upon Him, man. You know, because if you could always hit up a brother or you know, log into your bank account to get you out of a jam, that's not going to build up your faith, man.
That's right.
You know? So the Lord will put you in predicaments and circumstances so that you can turn around and fall upon your face like Yahushua did and be like, Lord, Baruch Shah, help me. I need you, Lord. You know, because the Lord, He's a jealous power, man. You know? But that's the point on that.
Hey, but like you're going into, it's just like training wheels. You use the training wheels, and then after a certain amount of time, you take the training wheels off,
exactly,
and you start to ride.
By yourself.
By yourself.
Right.
You know, sometimes there's a saying in the world, sometimes you gotta let not somebody drown, but you gotta let them swim.
Right.
Put them in the middle of the pool and see if they're gonna swim on their own, you know, if they're gonna do it themselves.
Right.
Because if you go in there and help them, they're never gonna learn to do it by themselves.
Right, brother.
So, hey, spiritually looking at it, man, Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing that with us, man. Because, hey, we ain't always gonna be with each other in the times of trouble, man.
Hey, scriptures speak about how man shall desire to hear a man's voice and shall not be able. Roughly paraphrase.
That's right, man.
You know?
So all these things that we go through right now, brethren, is for the building for the times to come, man.
Yep. Bible Sean, can you get for me Philippians 2:12?
Come.
Unless you have it free, sir. You know? Because, man, you came into this world alone, and you go, and you know, pretty much, hey, you might die alone, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We all have to give an account in that judgment seat, all right, to Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know? And not another. You know, 2 Corinthians 5:10 says how we all have to give account. So I can't vouch for this brother can't vouch for me. You know, when he has his moment where he's before that judgment seat, he's gonna have to answer for Yawanathan. When I have that moment, I'm gonna have to answer for Ottawa, vice versa, you know?
Right.
Everybody's gonna have to answer for their own self, man. So what's that have to do with what? You building up that personal relationship with Yahweh Shemel Shai. When Yahushua was in the Garden of Gethsemane, that was him building up that moment with just him and the Most High, man.
Right.
You know? He didn't have the disciples to be there and support him. They wanted to, but the Lord put the spirit of deep sleep on them. Going to show you what? That you can't put your trust in man.
Right.
Vain is the help of man. You know, roughly paraphrasing.
The book of Philippians chapter 2, starting at verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
And a part of working out your own salvation with fear and trembling is building up that relationship with Yahweh Shemel Shai one-on-one, man. You know? Okay, now you have brothers, the Lord has men set up in the church to help build each other up. Okay? But there comes a point where, like the brother said, you gotta take them training wheels off, man. Or you gotta start swimming, man. You know? You can't just always rely upon a brother, man. You gotta call upon the Lord first.
First.
Okay? Because the Lord is a jealous power, man.
Right.
You know? So if you're looking for a brother to be your salvation, stop looking, man. Now, of course, brothers can help you. Brothers can help you. I don't want to get misconstrued, but you need to seek the Lord's help first, man.
That's right.
Okay? Because even if a brother wanted to help you, if the Lord didn't want him to help you, he won't.
That's right, man.
Okay?
Hey, what about, it says, look at the generations of old, right? A certain men of the Lord went through that moment. Did they go through the exact moment as Yahweh Shah went through? No.
That's spirit.
But they went through their own moment, man.
I got that.
You got it. Go ahead, bro.
2 Maccabees 6, verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment.
Man. So we got to read these accounts And like it says in Romans the 15th chapter, things written aforetime were written for our learning, man. You got certain men of the Lord that they rather to die gloriously, man, than to do an abomination. All right? Like Yahushua. Yahushua knew he had to get on that cross, man.
Right.
He knew he had to get on that cross. But he didn't think about himself, man.
Right.
He thought about not only his heavenly Father, but he thought about us, man.
Yep.
So just like Eleazar, it's like a domino effect, man.
Right.
If somebody do it, the next person gonna do it.
Yep.
But if you stand for something, more people gonna stand for something, man.
Right.
So in these times to come, you gonna see a guillotine, man. You gonna see a man of the Lord having their head through that guillotine. And he gonna say, Call Allah Yahweh Shemal Shah. Barakatah Yahweh Shemal Shah. And then that's gonna boost the other men through the spirit. But all in all, hey, you gotta go through it for yourself, man. You know?
That's right. So it says, as it behooved them to come, that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted. Why? Because he was being forced to taste that swine.
Right.
Just like how Esau's gonna try to force people to take that C-hip, that MOTB, man.
That's right.
Okay? So that's like the modern day forcing of feeding our people swine back in the times of the Greeks. Okay, come. And it says, but they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. So they wanted him to finesse and give the impression
Like
that
he ate it, right.
like he was giving defiled food. They wanted him to have the impression that he was eating defiled food, even though it was lawful. So he could do what? So he could pretty much pollute the younger brothers watching, just like what the brother was going into. You know what I'm saying? Being that example, right?
Right.
It says, but he, verse 22, it says that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. And that's the spirit, because earlier we were talking about being pleasers of men.
That's right.
You know, if we're seeking to be pleasers of men, we should not be a servant of Mashiach.
That's right.
So in that moment, he could have been a man pleaser, you know, eat the fake meat, and had a favor with men.
Yeah.
But what would happen? He would have been he would have not been in good graces with Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Man.
And that's what matters most, man.
Right.
Verse 22. That in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. Verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereon he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. So he was telling them, look, just kill me, man. Right? Verse 24. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, meaning he was 90 years old, all right, score is 20. Okay, so if you're 80, you're 80 years old. It says and 10, which means plus 10 years, which is 90. Okay? It says, for it becometh not our age, said he in any wise to dissemble, many young persons might think, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion. And so they, through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable. Salakia.
You good, brother. You good, man.
Hold up, Salakia. The water. It says, saying over here, man.
Yep.
This shit just blanked out on my phone.
Yep.
It says, for though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. Wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will shew myself such a one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
Right.
They that led him, changing the goodwill they bare him a little before into hatred, because the aforesaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. So here it is. They was cool with him, and now they mad at him because he want to go follow Yahweh Shemel Shai. Let's go show you can't put your trust in men, because men can change, man.
That's right.
Men are fickle.
That's right, man.
You know, and it says, but when he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that hath the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am well content to suffer these things, because I fear him. Okay? And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation, man. So the point being what? That Garden of Gethsemane, the conclusion of the matter is what? Maintain your integrity, man. Okay? Maintain your own personal integrity, man. You know, and you can't put your trust in man. You know, because you're going to have that moment where you're going to have to go through it between yourself. You know, when they come to you and say, look, take this C-hip, you're going to have to either say no or yes. But you better say no if you know what's good for you. Okay? But guess what, man? That goes to show you what? Maintaining your integrity, and you can't call upon another man in that moment. It's between you and Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You know, and how you're going to serve the Lord.
That's right, man. Say the just shall live by faith, man. And that's going to be the biggest currency in the times that we're in right now. Not the times we're coming into, no, the times that we're in right now. It's all about your faith. You know, read the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, man. Again, it goes into the accounts of the men/women of the Lord and what they did in that time, man. You know, Lot seen this damn woman look back and he kept fucking going.
Right, bro. Perfect example, bro. Perfect example.
So, again, you got many accounts of men of the Lord, and they had to go through not the exact moment of the Garden of Gethsemane, but they still went through that moment.
It was like the same concept.
It was the same concept, man.
Working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Shit, if another brother want to go off and go eat pork, you gonna follow him?
No. It says, follow not a multitude to do evil.
Right, man. And it's like what? You worship that brother or you worship Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Maintain your integrity. Keep the faith, man, and it's working out your own salvation, just like Yahweh Shai had to do in that moment, man.
That's right.
The disciples couldn't be there to help him because the Most High wanted him to go through that by himself, man. Right. He had to bear that cross by himself. So now we all have to bear our own cross by ourselves, man. Whatever it may be in your life and in your lot that you need to work on, man. Right. You got anything else, Malak?
Right. Hey, that's the point of this lesson, man.
Call out Shemel Shai.
Call out Shemel Shai. You know, I'm gonna leave it on this one. It said Moses rather, what did Moses do?
Right.
Moses rather to suffer with his people than to enjoy the sins.
You want me to get there?
Come on, we can close out on that, man.
All right, Malak. This is Hebrews chapter 11. I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 24. Hebrews 11, starting at verse 24. By faith, when he was come to years, it's like it. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Refused?
Right.
Meaning what? He had integrity.
Right. Right. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Shemel Shai than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Okay? So that's the point. Like the brother said, he rather have gone through the struggles in righteousness than to live pleasurably in wickedness for a season. Just like Eleazar. He rather have gone through the struggles of righteousness than to live a longer and be in favor with the wicked, man.
Right.
You know? It says, esteeming the reproach of Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward, man.
Man, go ahead.
So he esteemed the benefits of serving Yahweh Shemel Shai more than the benefits of serving this world, man.
Right.
He understood the reward for serving the Lord is greater than the riches he could have got in Egypt, man.
Right, man.
Same thing now in these times.
Right.
When they try to force you to take that C-hip and you don't take it and you have to die for it, that's you esteeming the reproach of Mashiach greater riches than being able to live a little longer in fucking Babylon, man.
Right, man.
Revelation 3:10, because you kept the word of my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation, man.
Right.
That's specific. That's a one-on-one dealing, man. Because you went through the sufferings of Yahweh Shai, now you are going to be rewarded. If the next man didn't do so, guess what? The next man not going to get that reward, man. That's the thing. When brothers get beamed up on them ships, that's because each and every brother, the Lord put the Spirit on each and every brother to put in the work to receive that salvation, man.
That's right, man. Every 11 member gonna earn their crown.
Exactly,
it ain't
bro.
gonna be given.
It's not like, oh, me and Yawanathan get to share his crown. No, Yawanathan gonna have his own crown, and Yahweh Shemel I have mine.
Lord willing.
Okay? But the main thing is what? It all starts from keeping your integrity, man.
That's right,
You know,
man.
so that's the point.
Hey, man, Lord willing, this lesson, you know, was edifying and received. To the next time, we're gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh.
Shalom,
Shalom.
and the Bible Bar.
Bible Ball.